Congratulations! You've just landed up with a job offer and you've been offered a very good pay package. Now you're just wondering what exactly would it mean in terms of taxes getting paid. Uh, it's not surprising at all. A lot of people have come across situations where they are offered a pay packet, but what comes back in terms of take home or what you bring home is far lesser. Now, is there a smart way of negotiating tax efficient pay package? Is it possible at all? Well, welcome to Fund of Money, your 24 into 7 buddy for all your money matters. This is a particular season when people actually move from one job to the other. Not everybody. There are a lot of happy and contented people. They're doing well in their existing jobs, but a lot of people take up new job offers. Now, is there a way by which they can negotiate so that their pay package, it's of course the final last mile, and at the last mile, can they negotiate a pay package which is tax efficient, where they get to use most of the money that's being paid to them to help us out navigate and navigate this particular area and give us important tips? We luckily have with us Swami Saran Sharma, one of the leading tax experts of this country. Welcome to Fundu Money, Swami. Swami, it's a fantasy, isn't it? I mean, you would want a great pay package, much higher than what you were drawing in the previous job, and you don't really want most of that money to go to the tax man. Is there some magic that can be done?
Yes, so then, but let me, I agree with you. You see, fundamentally, as I keep saying, for salaried taxpayers, the system of taxation is you earn, you pay your taxes, and then you spend. Whereas for people who run businesses, the sequence of tax payment is something like, you earn, you spend, and then pay your taxes. So I would always say that it is very, very important for a salaried person to plan his taxes right at the start, because he doesn't have much to plan actually. So while casting the salary, one can keep only 3-4 allowances you can play with. One can say that, one can put the HRA according to the rent one is paying. See, HRA, house rent allowance, once given, it has a deduction attached to it, but it depends on whether you are paying rent rented accommodation or a self-occupied accommodation, like which is your own accommodation. So in case you are paying rent, according to the payment of rent, you can always ask your employer to fix your HRA so that it maximizes your return, maximizes your deduction. And then there is meager deduction under medical allowance. About 15,000 rupees in a year can be assigned as a medical allowance, which invariably everybody ends up spending by the year end. So that deduction is available. And third is conveyance. I mean, if it is not mentioned separately, there is no deduction. But in case you ask your employer to mention this separately, up to about 1,600 rupees a month, which is also meager, but nevertheless 19,200 rupees you can save by allocating only by mentioning as a breakup of the salary. And one more thing which you can slightly play with is leave travel concession. So leave travel concession is given, say, once in 2 years or twice in a block of 4 years. So all your travel expenses are paid are like given as deduction if you travel at any destination in India with your family. So that much allocation, whatever, if you're planning your holidays in advance, so amount which you are likely to spend on those holidays, you can mention as LTC in the pay package. So I think that's about all, salaried people can manage to save taxes on.
Swami, what about those wonderful sounding allowances of the past, hard furnishings and uniform allowance? And what has happened to all those wonderful things? Don't they save you any taxes, or you just, it's just make you, the idea is to make you feel good. You still have to pay taxes.
They are more or less, see, I would say they are not part of tax planning, but they may be like, they may sound like tax avoidance. because now you
Okay.
may not have a uniform. So still, if you are getting paid for a uniform allowance or hard furnishing, they are mostly made up claims.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that we can stick to those things which are perfectly legal, and
Mm-hmm.
those things, yes, everybody can avail, and it is like nobody can question that.
Fair enough. So, the ones that Swami talked of, whether it's HRA, whether it's LTA, whether it's medical, whether it's conveyance, these are the four absolutely unimpeachable, uncontestable sort of elements to your pay package that you can look for. Just in case it's missing, don't miss out on them. Uh, all the others don't look so watertight. So maybe a better idea would be to actually give them a pass and pay tax, and then smartly plan your tax for the year, so that you have a very good idea of what you can play with the money that you have at hand. So that's roughly the picture. That's not a disclosure that is going to make you really feel very very excited. But these are the four things that you can really do. These are genuine sort of areas where which should be elements which should be part of your pay package. Thank you so much, Swami. We hope you found this discussion useful. Do you have any more queries, things that even Swami couldn't cover? We'll try to cover it in another episode. Please use the closed caption on the feature of the video to get the highlights. You can also go down to the description section to get the highlights plus other links and other useful information. Please stay connected with us on all leading social media platforms. Last but not the least, visit our website www.fundomoney.com.